they're showing you fakery, and you're gobbling it up as real technological innovation.
Oh, hold on. Let me read this. Okay, I got you. Hold on once.
Nah,
So how does the exploration of outer space have any political or psychological significance?
You
How does that?
claim to have technology that doesn't really exist to explore an environment that also does not really exist that nobody else can access, then you are claiming to have world domination, aren't you? And
That
guess
is not
what?
world
Your
domination.
foreign military sales of military hardware just saw a huge revenue increase.
Okay. I
and
don't.
remember the era we're talking about here. This is the
What is
50s.
50?
This wasn't
Okay.
when you could make the claim that every country has a space agency and it's doing their own
They do.
shit. This is when America was the only, America and the Soviet Union were
Okay,
the only
perhaps
ones with such capabilities.
at the time that was the goal, but right now it has evolved, and unfortunately, or fortunately, it's changed, and I believe
So this policy document was rescinded?
I would say yeah, because this was at a time when the Soviet Union existed. So this was after the Second World War. So I think this is
Yeah,
definitely
and they were
different.
doing they were
I'd argue
pulling their
this is still in
bullshit.
force. NASA still exists as a consequence of this document.
Consequence?
Yeah,
Huh.
NASA was founded after this document.
What is?
And it's not the only one. There are others that describe similar concepts that I just told you.
Huh.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the first people that sat on the board to develop NASA were members of NSA and CIA created from the 1947 National Security Act. And they sat on a board called the President's Psychological Coordinating Board. President's Psychological Coordinating Board was founded with Eisenhower.
Okay.
Truman.
But I get it, but like, okay, you don't forget NASA. What
I
about
wonder.
what about Russia? What about China? I don't understand what you're talking about here.
Irrelevant at this point.
How's it relevant?
Because we're talking about the foundation of the space program.
America did not. They're not. What do you mean? Like, look, I think you're being too. Like, this is the conspiracy theory. This is conspiracy theory.
No, you're a conspiracy theorist, dude. You are.
How am I conspiracy theorist? It's simple.
Would you like to see more documents? These are all public.
I know they're public, and I know what you're saying is 100% true. But
what are we arguing against here, Shindina? Like your ignorant perception of how the world works.
You're just saying that NASA is some evil corporate.
And what are you saying? And what are you saying? That NASA is this benevolent fucking entity out to serve humanity?
No, they do lie. Okay, I get it, but it's
they do lie. They do lie, but they only lie a little bit.
You have Starlink. It's not just NASA. Okay, why do flat earthers always attack NASA?
Oh my god!
It's
we don't attack NASA. You guys bring up NASA as proof.
Okay, but that's because it's the best source of proof. Okay,
it's not. We tell you why, and then so we have to attack NASA, and then you guys shut up about it after you realize, yeah, I guess they are full of shit.
Okay. Okay. You know what? NASA has a lot of resources that you don't. A flat earther doesn't have. For example, your map does not work as well as, for example, their map.
I would like to talk to you about maps.
That's a statement made by someone that knows exactly zero math about what we're talking about.
Yeah, my map works just fine, dude. I don't get lost ever. Unless
your map, they're not.
Let me ask you a fundamental question to test your understanding of maps. Okay. How do you choose a coordinate reference system?
A coordinate reference.
Well, that's the end of That's the end of that understanding of maps.
Yeah. How do you choose a coordinate reference system?
Okay. Do you genuinely know the answer to that? Like,
I don't ask questions I don't already know the answer to in here.
It's amazing your inability to say I do not know, Shadina.
No,
you don't know. You don't know how they select coordinates.
This is a big question because what do you mean map? Do you what?
No, don't go to another question. Just say you don't know, and please, can you explain it to me? You ever tried them words? Or are you too afraid to be
okay. Tell me.
educated
I
about
don't know.
anything
Just
from a
tell me.
flat
Just
earther?
tell me. How?
Okay, well, there you go. Yoder, if you would like to.
Yeah. Well, one of the first things you must consider is the practicality of using a point of origin from which you can have measured distances correspond to relative distances to that point of origin. So, for
Okay.
example, if I use my house as a point of origin,
Okay.
okay, and then if I look at my house from way on top, I set that as 0, 0, x, y. It's a point of origin for a map. The next
Okay.
question is what about the graticule? Am I going to use an orthogonal x and y relationship, or am I going to use polar coordinates?
Okay.
All right.
But
So it
so
depends what I need to do. If I need to maintain a particular heading, if my goal is to reach from my point of origin to something far away and maintain one heading, it would be much
okay.
easier for me to use a polar coordinate reference system.
Okay.
If
So
I'm okay, do you understand where this is going?
okay. Continue,
Coordinate
please.
systems are chosen suited to purpose.
Okay.
It just so happens the globe is a coordinate reference system itself, and it's not the only one you can use.
It's not the only one.
Correct. The globe as we know it was based off of latitude and longitude, which comes from sky coordinates. And the point of origin, there are two of them. One is near the North Pole, and the other is near the southern apparent pole point of rotation, called the South Pole. These are points in the sky.
Okay. So all right. So you're telling me based on all what you're saying. How? Okay. How does all of this? Okay. How would NASA make a map? Okay.
Yeah. Well,
What are you saying here?
so the history goes that the ancients conceived of a celestial sphere, going back to like some of the Greeks. And this
Okay.
is based off of watching the motions of the heavens. And this concept allowed people over time to start to map the angular relationships of stars and the planets and sun and moon over time, embedded within that spherical assumption.
Okay.
All right. So then they figured if we can view these angular relationships in the sky, we can potentially correspond these angular relationships to the ground. And they started running into problems because they didn't necessarily believe Earth was a globe. So what they did is they resolved this by saying, well, maybe if we make Earth a globe too, then we can have a one-to-one correspondence between the topology of a sphere in space and the topology of the Earth below.
Okay. So I don't.
Right.
Okay.
So the globe was created out of how people perceive and choose to use the stars. I'm here to tell you that there are other ways to perceive the stars besides a celestial sphere. In fact, modern technology today, even in drones and in some airplanes and satellites, they don't use a celestial sphere model in many cases. They use something called a Gaia star tracker, which is Cartesian. It's like a box.
Okay.
And
But
it works independent of whether Earth is flat or not.
okay. So but look, flat Earth, like there's an inconsistency in scale. Okay. It just doesn't make sense. I don't know. Your maps don't make.
Well, I wonder how much he heard.
Yeah. So
No, I heard. I generally heard. Okay, I get it, but I
listen,
get what you're
what
saying.
you
But
think of as the
okay,
flat Earth
explain
map
the
is a globe.
southern hemisphere. Explain the southern hemisphere.
Okay, the southern hemisphere was created out of the sky, out of the celestial sphere. How people
Okay.
perceived angular relationships to stars in the south on a flat Earth.
Flat Earth. But that doesn't make
Yeah,
sense.
the southern hemisphere is the southern part of the sky ball, the imaginary sky ball, the celestial sphere I told you about.
Okay.
That's all it
But
is.
what? Okay. Do you know what cartography is?
I sure do. I'm describing the foundations of it to you.
Exactly. That's what it is. But all of it relies on the Earth being a globe. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I'm wrong.
No, by convention, most of the world has chosen for the last several thousand years to use a spherical coordinate system that they created out of the sky.
Okay.
Just a convention, latitude and longitude, for example.
Okay.
Listen, longitude and latitude are in the sky.
Okay. That might
They're
be
not
true,
on the
but it
ground.
doesn't. Okay. So
Right, so the equator is in the sky. You only know you're at the equator when it's nighttime and you look up and you see certain stars that are modeled as being on that celestial equator, being directly overhead. If you don't have
Okay.
that, you don't know you're at the equator.
Okay. So you know what? How about you show me a map then? Okay.
What you want a flat map? I can show you. I should show you an example. The British National Survey grid.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, you can Google it. It's a square map. It's like 2,500 by 2,500 miles or something.
Okay, let me get it.
It does not use latitude and longitude. It's a flat swath that they use for surveying property. This is the standard for the realm.
Survey. Okay, I see it. Looks a bit
Yeah, you got the squares A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so on, 5 by 5.
Okay, that's so what is this exactly? The British Geological Survey? What is this exactly?
It's a flat Earth coordinate system for surveying the Earth flat.
And you say this is official. This is used by.
Yeah, it's part of the UK Ordnance Survey.
That's interesting.
Not the only one. There are many others by many other governments around the world.
Okay, but it's to a smaller place. We're talking about a whole planet here.
Well, it doesn't comport to latitude and longitude, so.
Okay, that's fair enough. I get it.
Right, that's the point. Now, if you want the entire world surveyed, you understand how difficult that would be in like the middle of the Pacific Ocean without any landmarks or references that are fixed?
Yeah, correct. That would be
right.
impossible.
So by convention, people use the stars, and by convention, the celestial sphere model.
Okay.
But coordinate systems are arbitrary, just like in your GPS. Your GPS calculates your coordinates based off of a chosen mathematical reference. Yeah, you can use your GPS receiver can also use flat coordinates as well as spherical ones with latitude and longitude. And latitude and longitude isn't like standardized. There are multiple latitudes and longitudes that don't all agree with each other. Some put like the longitude running through this city, and others say, no, it actually runs through that city, 50 miles west. So part of what goes into choosing a coordinate reference system is comporting to which standard is best suited for your practical purpose. Well, one of the standards that kind of emerged in the modern world is WGS 84. WGS 84 is a reference ellipsoid that latitude and longitude is conventionally built off of. And that's, again, by convention. They could have easily chosen the NAD 27 latitude and longitude.
Wait, what is an ellipsoid?
Ellipsoid is think of it as the wireframe mesh that represents what the globe is, which was created out of the sky.
Okay, but so it's a sphere then?
Yeah, roughly flattened a little bit.
So what that corroborates with the globe theory then? I don't understand this.
Well, I mean, it's a coordinate reference system. You can use, so WGS 84 is one example, like I was saying, but there are others that have been used. NAD 27, WGS 83, GRS 80. These are all like spheroids, ellipsoids, really. They have latitude and longitude embedded within them, but the latitude and longitude coordinate of one doesn't match the other. So part of going into picking a coordinate reference system, like I asked you in the beginning, is also choosing a convention. It's going to be suited to purpose. So if you're going to integrate your survey with a much larger grid by convention, you may want to choose the convention that you're trying to link your survey into.
Absolutely. Okay.
Right. So you may need to chain it. So this means you do your survey, and the requirement is This survey must comport to the GRS 80 standard of latitude and longitude. You're going to have to take your survey where you survey the Earth flat, and you're going to have to bend it in such a way and also apply coordinates in such a way that match what the GRS 80 reference ellipsoid would be. It's all mathematical. There's nothing real being done here to measure the Earth. At this point, it's taking your measurements, physical real world measurements, and warping them to match a ball that only exists in the math.
Look, I get what you're saying, but pretty much all these like GRS 80, what is it? All these including ellipsoid, okay? So I don't know what.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I get its convention, but like, I don't.
That's all it is.
I don't see how that helps your argument.
Well, what it does is it creates internal consistency. If everybody uses the same convention, even if in reality the Earth is flat and the distances and orientation of things don't really match, then who cares? You can still use it to get from point A to B. Your Garmin GPS device in your car will get you from point A to B.
There's no consistency in your flat map. There's no consistency.
What flat map? There's total consistency with the UK Ordnance Survey.
Okay, but like GPS wouldn't work if it was flat. You know what I'm saying here?
Well, here's another. Can somebody get the squelcher, please? GPS systems are also coordinate system dependent. You get to choose which coordinate reference system that the pseudo-ranging beacons are applied to. So there are surveyors out there. They have devices called total stations. These things are expensive workstations. They have a telescope on them with a measuring device that allows them to measure with precision angles horizontally and vertically.
Okay.
And they also have a computer and a motor system that allows the device to be leveled to extreme accuracy. And they include a GPS, and they include actually something called differential GPS, which provides like centimeter level, if not greater precision. And I'm here to tell you that you can choose in your total station if you're going to be using for your GPS, if you're going to be using WGS84, which is a very common worldwide standard right now, or something like GRS80 made in 1980, or NAD27 made in 1927, or a flat plane.
Don't total stations also require curvature to work?
No, because you can go into your total station computer and select the UK Ordnance Survey, the British National Grid System.
Huh.
And now everything you're doing is conforming to the flat plane of a British National Grid System, including your GPS.
So, bro, look, from all I know, like your measurements should not add up. Like they should be off, like even by a little bit. I don't know.
So, yeah, I know. I'm sorry. They don't match between coordinate reference systems because they are arbitrary choices. This is why we say the maps don't prove reality. All maps are wrong.
I get it. Okay, there's truth to that, but it doesn't mean your map is also wrong, I would have to say.
I don't have a map. I'm not even claiming one at this point.
But don't all flat earthers claim the same map?
No, I'm here to tell you that the map that you've seen flat earthers claim, you're not talking to just random TikTok flat earthers. We're basically like the Pentagon of flat earth here. Those flat earthers are wrong to call that a flat earth map. That flat earth map you see with Antarctica that's been blown out into a ring around the outer perimeter, that map is a globe.
Okay.
It's using spherical coordinates.
Well, I get it, but I get it. Okay, so there. Okay,
Yep.
you made your point. I see what you're trying to say, but at the end of the day, it's literally if the Earth was actually flat, it's literally impossible to map it. Okay, so I don't know what you're trying to say. It's literally.
Well, yeah, it's really tough, right? I mean, you're going to like if you're at sea, you either need to like maybe use the stars or set up anchored buoys or something with lasers.
Okay, but
Yeah,
look,
billions of dollars.
so look,
Yeah,
if
it's quick and
in
easy.
reality,
Just use the globe. It's cheaper.
but e- even the British Ordnance Survey, which you were talking about, also uses curvature. So I don't know what.
No, they have a way to mathematically bend it so that they can do
Okay,
a coordinate conversion to latitude and longitude, but it is inherently not curving.
well, so how do you know that it's not inherently not curving? I don't know what. Like it
It's
all
how they
relies on
describe it.
curvings, angles. Like I don't know.
Yeah, like each corner is 90 degrees to each other.
Look, I would really have to read a book to believe all what you're saying here. I don't know if like
I'd love for you to do that. I mean, like I told you, 5 years ago, I started this journey and I've been obsessed with it and I've read a lot. I've read more
understood
about
that.
this
Yeah.
than anything else in my
Look,
entire life. It has taken me on a journey
look,
into cartography,
I
into geometry, into physics.
I get. I know that this whole thing can be a little let's just say it can open a lot of paths to different. I get it, but look, my thing is I have to read like a book from like someone with real research. I don't know. Well, I'm not discrediting your research, but 5 years, like some people do 50, not 5. I know what you're saying here, but I'm not saying anything though. I totally
You're
get
not
it.
going
But
to go
look,
take a
at the end of the
university
day,
course called like All the Problems with the Globe.
no, I'm not talking about education. I'm just talking about like actual effort. So, I mean,
Oh,
look, I
fucking
don't
hell,
know.
man. He just,
Yeah, you just have
there
to
goes your
critically
5 years.
examine
Look, I'm
what
not.
you're reading.
No,
And when he comes back in 5 years and you've done 10 years, he'll say, well,
but
fuck, people have done 15 and 20 and 25 and then 30. Nothing will ever be good enough for you, Shirina. It's not an issue of evidence.
okay,
It's an issue of willingness to accept the evidence.
willingness.
But
Okay.
again, I told you
So if
earlier,
I accept it,
nobody puts it on their agenda for the day. I'm going to pop into Flyer channel and have my whole cosmological model shattered.
Yep, when
So
we
we get
do a
it.
long distance measurement, we falsify the spherical coordinate reference system of latitude and longitude.
okay, you know what? Here's a good one. This one is not from my own due diligence. I found this on a book, but basically, how do you explain the shadow of the planet of the Earth? Let's not call it a planet during a lunar eclipse. I don't know.
This is one of my
That's
favorite debunks of the globe.
I don't know. It's not for me though. It's from a book. I don't know. It's not for me, so I don't know.
Yeah,
Fine.
somebody in your DMs trying to feed questions. I mean, this is an easy one, but I saw Professor Triangle unmute for a second. Do you want to take this? I know you love the Selenelian eclipse. If not obvious at B,
Go
I
ahead.
got to step back for a minute. I'll be back in like 10, but I'll be listening.
I don't think it's
Short
Professor
answer,
Triangle.
Selenelian lunar eclipses debunk globe geometry.
How does it debunk what? That is not. That's not much of
Okay.
an
So,
answer. I would
so
have to
you
say
have
that
the
is a very
sun
weak answer.
directly above the horizon and the moon directly above the horizon, but the moon is eclipsed.
Wait. Hold on. Let your friend explain it. Obvious B. Since you're both so knowledgeable. Can you
Okay.
explain obvious B?
What, the Selenelian eclipse?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see how you do it.
Yeah, you just have a blatant issue in geometry and line of sight, essentially. You have
Okay.
what you would claim is a shadow on the moon coming in from the top down, whereas you have the
Okay.
sun and the moon above the horizon at the same time, and the Earth is below you, essentially. So how are you projecting a shadow coming top down onto the moon with that geometry?
Do you have so like? I think it's very
Yeah, you
simple.
can
You can answer
just
it very
Google
easily.
Selenelian eclipse, Selenelian lunar eclipse.
NASA has a problem with it. NASA calls it the impossible eclipse. It
Why
happens
do they
like
call it
every
impossible?
28 days.
No, it does not. I don't know what you're saying here. I don't know if that's a.
Yeah,
Look, I
somewhere
don't
on
know.
Earth it does.
No, look, I don't care what NASA calls it. Okay, I don't even think it calls it that, but whatever.
Look, man,
Look,
you think we haven't heard 10,000 Globers come to us with explain eclipses? It's like
no, I know
it's
they
like,
do
how
because
about you
it's
explain
a
eclipses?
simple question. It's a common question.
How about you explain them?
I would have to say that
But with
am not.
actually, function in reality, like not bedtime stories.
Unfortunately, I have no. I can't bring
Because
you real
you don't have a sphere,
research to
right?
disprove it.
You don't have space. You haven't
Right, the
even
laser
confirmed the
measurement
moon's a
debunks
sphere.
that.
So, like,
Okay, but so what you're saying is, okay, how can you explain the shadow?
Well, first we measure the Earth flat. Okay, so that's a problem off the bat.
But if it's flat, there's no shadow, right?
Well, there is.
who
That's
said it was
the
a
fun part.
shadow?
Yeah,
Where is the
whatever it
shadow?
is, call it a
Tell me.
shadow.
Sorry,
Who knows
I
what
don't
it
know
is?
if you wanted to go there yet, Yoder. My bad.
No,
You don't
it's
think
all
it's a
right.
shadow?
I should step back. I have to take care of things.
Oh, you can finish explaining it before you go. Whatever you're about to say. Sorry.
Yeah, well, okay. So the issue is you're jumping the gun. All right. So we measure Earth flat. All your questions about
Yeah.
how things work that come after that are kind of distracting topics. They don't address the core claim on the table.
What's the core claim on the table?
Well, that we measured Earth flat. So you can't have eclipses how you think of them.
What? But we do, unfortunately. So I don't know what you're saying here.
Well, Earth would have to be measured as a curve, as a globe, for that to be true, but we falsified it. So
Okay, so explain it then. How does it work?
Fancy shit's happening in the sky. Enjoy the view.
I'm not convinced.
It's not a shadow,
Not
that's for
everything-
sure.
Not everything requires
What
an
is it then?
explanation.
What is it,
Sure.
Triangle? What is it, Mr. Triangle? What is it then? What
Oh,
the
I
hell
don't
is
know. It's not a shadow, though. I debunked that.
it?
I
It is a
debunked
shadow.
outer space. I debunked globes in space already. So it's not globes in space. So that's
Then
what
what
we
is
know.
it?
We can cross that off the list. I don't care after that. I just want to make sure
Exactly.
that I keep
It
you
doesn't make sense.
globers down to earth.
Nice pun, but look,
You don't have a sense that you have in the first place. How does an eclipse work? Lunar eclipse?
I think it's like it's got to do with the sun and the moon comes between. I don't know exactly. I confuse between eclipse and
So you don't know, but you want me to explain it to you.
We took it in
how would
sixth
you know
grade.
how would you know if I was right or wrong?
Okay, because I can just when you say shit, okay, I can easily decipher that it's completely false. I mean, we took this in sixth grade. Okay, it's simple. It's not about okay, but okay, tell me if it's not a shadow, what is it then? It's simple question.
I don't
You're
know.
not making a claim. Did you hear eclipses come out of our mouth? We never.
I didn't make up anything about eclipses.
I didn't make up. No, I'm not making it up. Okay, and the question is not from me, so that's why I might be like.
Who's it from?
No one. It's not from me. I can't give no names here, fortunately.
All right, fine.
He doesn't know who it's from.
You know, after everything we've spoken about, at least you've hung around to talk this long, and I commend you for doing so. Most would just spiral and exit the chat a lot sooner.
A fighting chance here, but unfortunately, I would have to say that Professor Triangle here is not even interested in answering the question. So if it's
I did answer the question.
If it's not a shadow, then what is it?
Yeah,
you can't even prove it's a shadow yet. You can't even prove it's a shadow for me to debunk. I can tell you it's not globes in space because I debunked space. Remember?
You did not debunk space, unfortunately.
Oh, let me do it real quick.
Failed.
No, oh no, I didn't fail. Yeah, you said gases are not pulled down by gravity, right?
Absolutely. No, they are, but they're not like the way you.
They are, but they're not. So you lost this one.
They do. I didn't lose that. They are.
They do, but they don't. They do, but they don't.
They're mass. They're mass.
They're mass and not mass.
I don't know what their specific mass is. So you
Mass and not
disproving
mass at the same
Einstein.
time?
You disprove Einstein and Isaac Newton. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, Einstein
You
was
don't believe
a
either of
window
them?
licker. Ever see him sticking his tongue out?
A lot, but yeah, that's irrelevant. Okay, so
Well, there
please.
was something mentally wrong with him. He wasn't a genius. He's somebody they were picking on,
He
taking his
unfortunately
picture.
was. He
No,
was
he
definitely
wasn't.
a genius.
No,
He Einstein, like he's.
you don't know anything about Einstein.
I don't. You don't. Have you met Einstein? I don't know what you're saying here. If you've met
No,
him, then go ahead. Tell me.
he's a character in a book.
He's not. He's what? No, he's a real human being. Unfortunately for you, and
Where does he
he's
live?
definitely, I would say, uh, I I don't know if he was German or I don't know. Was he?
Where does
No,
he live?
what is he? He's dead.
Oh, okay. So no, I haven't met him.
Okay. Okay. Oh, so please proceed. How am I wrong?
Oh, you haven't proven that there's a shadow happening up there in the sky.
It's a shadow. We know what a shadow is.
You haven't proved that yet.
How have I not? It's a shadow. Define
You
a shadow.
haven't proved it's a shadow. Just saying it over and over doesn't make it a shadow.
A shadow is any dark area that we see because of a body in front of another body. Okay, that's like the most simplistic, simpleton definition. That's exactly what's going on.
He never asked you
So
what a shadow is. He
That's
asked you to
exactly what it
prove
is.
that is a shadow. Oh, is it?
Prove
Is
It
it?
is. So it is. It literally
Okay.
everything fits the definition of a shadow. So I don't know what you're saying. But the Earth, it whatever it is, it becomes in between the moon and the sun. Okay.
So if I turn on my TV and put some program on it that causes like a black, box to start creeping down or up or across the screen, that's now automatically a shadow.
It is. I'm just saying here. Like,
What?
okay, so
what? Because that fits the description of what a shadow is. That is a shadow, and that's what's
technically,
happening.
yes,
Is that what you're
it
saying?
literally is. It literally is.
Literally is. Yeah.
Yes.
How?
The shadow is.
Because it's dark.
Wait, what was your example again? What did you say exactly, word for word?
Okay, so you turn on any screen.
Okay.
And you get some animation to play or something.
Okay.
Where the screen is light at first, and then the animation plays, and a black box or whatever starts moving across, and then slowly, the whole screen comes black. Was that because someone was behind me, like projecting a shadow on to cause
I
that
would have to
screen
say
to?
that this is a terrible demonstration of what a shadow is. This is not what a shadow is. That
Is
is
it?
just that's
That's not
pixels on
supposed
your
to.
screen.
See, again, you've got comprehension problems. It's not
How
a
is it
demonstration of a shadow. It's a demonstration of a similar phenomenon that I wouldn't then go and claim as a shadow. So you've looked at something
what
that
that
could
is
be a
not.
shadow.
Why are
How
we
did you
going?
verify it's a shadow?
Why are we using some different forms of media? We're talking about the real
I'm trying to. I'm
reality. We're talking
trying
about
to.
reality here. We're not talking
I'm
about.
trying to bring light to your inability to parse what you're actually experiencing properly.
So you don't
You're
believe in shadows
seeing a
now?
phenomenon. You're
Oh,
seeing a phenomenon, and then you're making a claim to that phenomenon, but you haven't verified anything about the phenomenon. You haven't tested anything about the phenomenon.
okay.
So yeah, okay, it could be a shadow.
It
How
is
did
a
you
shadow.
verify it's a shadow?
Literally,
That's all I'm
the Earth's
asking.
shadow. The Earth literally blocks the moon. Okay, it
We
literally
know the
blocks.
story. You don't need to keep repeating it 10 times. We all know the globe Earth
Okay,
story
so
of,
you know. So
right? We get it. The
thereby,
point
you
is
should.
to move the conversation along, right? You've made the claim it's a shadow, right? How did you verify it's a shadow?
I can. if we
You didn't. You
compare
didn't.
like
This is the
any
part where you
shadow
just
ever,
say you didn't.
it's the
You
same.
didn't. You were told it's a shadow. You believe it's a shadow. You never verified it's a shadow.
Okay,
Right?
what is it then?
That's the honest answer
I
here.
haven't.
But you don't want to give it for
What is
some
it?
reason.
What is it
I'm
then?
not making claim to what it is.
So
But I'm not
see, that makes
I'm
you
not just
really
blindly
mad.
accepting your
And I'm
claim
winning here.
either.
I'm giving you. I'm telling you what it is. You're not telling me what it is. I have my own theory. You don't have
Yeah,
You're
well,
telling me what
we
it
have.
is without any verification. You're telling me what it is without any verification.
That's right. That's the
You
point.
can.
Now, the consequences of what we're telling you are extremely deep, because if these are not shadows, then the question is, what are they then? Nobody truly knows. And this is the problem. This is why this topic is so scary for people, right? We want to know because we've been told our entire lives that they have it all figured out. We've been told that everybody knows what space is. Everybody knows what the globe is. Everybody knows what the sun and moon are and the planets and stars and all of that.
Right.
This is
I
a
get it.
whole different cosmology built on empirical truth. And all of that stuff
Dude,
has no basis in reality. These are just stories that you believe that that's a shadow up there and
so
Mars
you're
has
telling me the
land on
shadow
it.
story? Just you don't believe in shadows? Is that what you're saying? I don't get what you're
Oh
saying.
my god. How are you
Listen,
hearing that?
you know what happens during a lunar eclipse? The moon turns red after it's fully eclipsed. Have you ever seen a red shadow before? Isn't it weird that they would call that a shadow?
Because it's a blood moon, it would reflect a red shadow. I don't know what you're saying here.
A red shadow? Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, does it? Right? Your own common sense agrees with us.
He thinks the moon
Okay.
just turns red, and then that's just normal shit.
It's not though, is it? Right? I mean, this is what's so scary about this topic.
Okay, so look, the color of the moon is not relevant here. I don't know what you're trying to say here. This, like,
It
it's
can't
very
be a
easy to
red
explain.
shadow. There's no such thing as a colored shadow. Shadow is the absence of light, absence of color.
Exactly. So
it's contradictory to
it's not a red shadow
heliocentrism.
though.
You realize that?
That's just your perception. It's not a red
This is my
shadow.
point. It doesn't seem like anything is you're taking anything in here. It's like you don't really know what are the implications of what you believe, so therefore you don't know what contradicts it.
I would have to say that look, what I believe is what 99.9% people believe. So I don't know what
Yeah,
you're wrong
shocker.
about here. So
Consensus is
I know,
meaningless.
like you know that. I know, and you obviously know. You obviously know that fact. But look, at the end of the day, the shadow is not red. That's just perception, and I don't know what you mean, but it's not a red shadow. It's not. Is it red?
How do they predict a blood red moon then? If it's just perception, do they look into the future and say, on this day we're going to perceive red? Is that they just predict it?
Oh, can you predict it? They can.
I don't want to gloss
Yes,
past
flat
this
Earth can
point.
predict eclipses. Yes, flat Earth predicts eclipses.
It's not.
Shadina, I don't want to gloss past this point. You said like, oh, shadow can't be red. That's just perception. So you see what came out of your own mouth, right? Shadow can't be red. It's red.
Can't be.
So it's not a shadow.
It's not red.
You understand
It's
that?
not red. It's not red. So that's what your main point is. If it's the fact that it's a different color, does not make it a shadow.
No. The main point was we're not making a claim to it. It's a phenomenon.
So
Don't know what's
why would
taking
shadows
place.
have light?
Don't know what's causing it.
Okay, shadows don't have light. Okay, but
Right. Red is light.
okay, perhaps. Okay,
It's a contradiction, like you pointed out.
okay. So it's just a red light. Okay, what about
Yeah.
that?
Now, what causes a red light?
It's not a shadow, dude. You're just saying it right now. It's not a shadow.
Okay, so whatever. So it's not a shadow. So like, what does that prove then?
It proves that you said it was a shadow, and it's not a shadow. That's what it proves. That you were getting it
Are you trying
wrong.
to prove that planets don't exist?
No, we're
That
trying to prove.
space does not
We're
exist?
trying to prove everybody here was trying to show you how you were wrong in the way that you thought of a shadow, what it is. You said it's a shadow when an eclipse happens, and you're being proven wrong right now. You've admitted that now that you know that light or the red light.
I'm not admitting that, bro. It's a
Bro,
shadow,
really,
but I'm just like, I'm just
it's
trying to
still a
No, we know
shadow.
you're not
You
admitting
just
you're
doubled
wrong.
down, bro. You just doubled down on the thing you've already were clear about, that it's not a shadow. Now you doubled down and said it is a shadow again. So we're proving you wrong again. We'll do it again if you need to.
Okay, don't make a claim. What is your closest theory of what
No,
it is?
you're not going to get it. Bro, here's the
claim.
thing. Here's the thing. These are red herrings that you're going to start to put out so anybody can bite on it. But you didn't realize that you're going back to thinking it's a shadow. You need to get back out of that mindset that it's not a shadow. You have to say that. You have to verbally say that to know that it's getting across to you. It's not a shadow.
Oh, okay. But
can you say it or not?
I cannot, because
there you go. You know what that is? You know what that's called? Pride, which you got right now going on. Yes, it is. Then admit it's not a shadow. Admit it's not a shadow. Admit it.
It's not pride. It's literally just aligning views with the rest of the world. That's it. Like,
all right. So no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because you would be able to detect whether or not that is a shadow based on its characteristics. What a shadow is, you'd be able to say, yes, that's definitely a shadow. But you can't say that in this case.
Okay, so, but logically speaking, the Earth was flat.
Yes, logically. No, we're not talking about
no logic
red
here.
herrings.
There's no logic.
Listen, red herrings are not going to help you. You need to stick to the plan of how you're making it sound like that's a shadow up there. And if you can show us that it's a shadow, we'll agree with you. But because everybody here showing you eclipses where it shows like red light is shown within this idea of a shadow, it can't be a shadow. It's not that.
What? Okay, well, listen. I'm pretty sure the whole red shadow thing can easily be explained with atmosphere.
Well, then go ahead and do it.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell me when they predict that the atmosphere is going to turn things red. Tell me how they predict that.
I unfortunately do not have the resources of knowing what. I'm telling you.
So then you don't know is the answer, right? You don't know would be the answer.
I'm only gonna say that I'm only gonna tell you what I believe, and it's a shadow. It's a shadow.
Yeah. So like, listen, say that you don't know that it's a shadow. That's as simple as that.
It is 100% a shadow. I'm sorry.
Like, no, then you're gonna have to show how there's. You see how you're doing right now. You don't want to let it go. Why?
Okay, yeah, how could it be a red light and a shadow at the same time? It's a contradiction.
Yeah, it is. Paradox.
How is it a contradiction? How is it a contradiction?
Because you can't.
He needs space to be real. Listen, we took it away from him before, and he started stuttering. He didn't even have any words to say when I took away space because of gravity not holding, because gas is going all directions. And he said, but they go in all directions and they pull down. He said he started losing his mind. So he's trying to use the moon to save him.
Well, it's not doing that either. It's not, because he's got to admit to the people here that he knows what a shadow is, and on top of that, he's going to show how the eclipse is a shadow. It is a shadow. So if you're not doing that, if you're not demonstrating what your knowledge is on a shadow is, and saying that the eclipse is also a shadow, then you're not doing justice for your claim that you think it's a shadow. You need to provide evidence that it's an actual shadow when we see red light when it's fully eclipsed.
Okay, so can you please explain to me on flat Earth?
No, dude, it's your job. It is your job to do the explaining. If you say you 100%, you know, well, the 100% should come through with what your knowledge is on a shadow. If you're saying it's a shadow, why do we see red light?
Okay, so listen, how about I read?
Why do we see red light, sir? Why do we see red light?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you. Can I please read the definition of a lunar eclipse? Okay, then you can tell me what it is in your flat Earth.
And then somebody posts the Stellanilian eclipse after he reads the definition, so we can compare his definition to a lunar eclipse.
The definition fails because you have no space, you have no planets. It makes no sense. Okay, you make no sense. I'm sorry.
How does it not make sense? Earth measures flat.
Because you say space does not exist. There's no gravity. That all of
you know what's really what really sucks for you, unfortunately, is we've not even gotten into the meat and potatoes and presented you all the laser transit tests that have been done, all the actual measurements of the surface.
All your cute little squeaker laser tests. Those do not prove much in the space.
See, I told you he's just willing to throw everything in the garbage. Yeah, he's upset.
Mad at us. Yes, you are, dude. You got freaked out when I told you space is fake. It happens. Listen, it's my hobby to do that to people, so I love it. I think it's the greatest thing in the world when I ruin space for you guys.
Jeez, dude.
You didn't ruin it for anyone.
Dude, you can't even tell us that eclipse is a shadow. You can't even prove that eclipse is a shadow. You can't do that.
It's a religious belief for you. We understand that. We understand you're going to continue your religious belief of things. Well, because we've been speaking for 2 hours now, and you have no verification of your claims.
Yeah, you know what? You know how it's religious? You know how it's religious? No, it's religious because you're appealing to somebody that has information that you don't have right now. You're saying, I know it's a shadow, yet I don't know how it's a shadow. That's what you're saying, dude. It's religious. You think that there's an answer out there and you can't give it to us. Why?
It's almost worse than that, dude. You were saying that shadow is light and not a light at the same time.
That's not what I said. That is not all what I said.
The shadow is not a light.
It's correct. It is not a light, but there's definitely an explanation, a scientific explanation to the
What is it?
red. Okay,
so just say you don't know,
so
and we can.
There we go. So there's that religion again. There's definitely a scientific explanation, but I don't know it. There's a religious belief.
Logic falls. Forget all. Okay, let me just tell you something. Forget all you know about.
You're not on logic, and you haven't been on logic this entire conversation.
Because if the Earth blocks the sun, that could change things. Okay, I don't know. You follow me?
The same answer you gave is the one we get from everybody. Somebody else has the answer. Somebody else must know. We go talk to the civil engineering department of a university and ask them how they got the measurement of Earth's radius. They don't know. Somebody else did it. Ask the geology department. So we go to the geology department. Hey, geologists, how did you get Earth's radius? Because the civil engineer said they got it from you. They say, oh, no, we didn't get it ourselves. So ask the astronomy department. And so we go to the astronomy department. We say, hey, how'd you get Earth's radius? They say, we don't really know. Maybe go ask the classics department because it probably came from the Greeks. And we go to the classics department. Hey, guys, how'd you measure the radius? Well, we didn't actually measure it. We think that the civil engineering department got it. So then we go back to the civil engineering department where we started.
That's actually a literal progression. That's crazy, dude. You put it like that. That's a literal progression of a circle jerk, a giant circle jerk that we get. Every time we get to whom you think has the answer, the mystical, magical person you're appealing to right now, they do the same thing. But in their academic fields, they just pawn it off to somebody else.
Listen, so
yeah, we have a term for this. It's like it's belief in magical science, man. There's a magical science man out there somewhere that has all the answers, that explains everything and makes it all make sense. He can make the surface measuring flat and there being no curvature. He can make that make sense with us living on a globe.
That's what you're doing now when you said, I don't know how that's a shadow. It just is 100%. That's what you're doing. It's a religious belief, dude.
The atmosphere can easily bend the color up. There's a glow. Look.
Dude, stop it.
You literally. Okay, forget the stupid. You know, man. I don't. You still have not explained to me how.
Well, you're the one who brought up eclipses again. We
I know, but
want to talk about the ground, man.
Because
the ground.
Yep.
The only thing in your existence you have direct access to, and the only thing that's relevant in the claim that Earth is a sphere or not, right? We want to talk about that.
Look,
we want to measure that. We want to test that.
Yeah, he doesn't want to talk about eclipses. He doesn't want to talk about eclipses because he said he doesn't know anything about them. We can move on.
Well, we know what he knows.
What do you know about
we know the story he knows. So,
look, all I'm saying is what I've noticed is you people. First of all, you say I'm wrong. Okay, you prove me wrong. I don't know if not necessarily prove, but you say I'm wrong.
People.
Then you explain your logic, but you never really come to a conclusion. You never really bring me an answer.
We never brought up.
You don't let us. You don't let us.
We never brought up eclipses.
Plus, you don't let us get to the conclusion.
Who's the one feeding you these questions? Because they're making you look like a fool right now.
I am not. Wallahi, I'm not being fed. I swear to God, I'm not being fed right now. I swear to God.
You said that the eclipse question
I'm
came in your DMs from someone.
yeah, the eclipse. Yeah, that one was fed. The rest, I don't know. Just
All right, who
Well,
fed
they're
it to you?
leading
Phil
you
Bellum?
down
Who
a
was
bad
that?
path.
Was that Phil?
Phil Bellum, probably.
Who? No,
Dr. Phil.
no, I don't know.
We were right.
It's Dr. Phil.
So okay. So what questions?
Setting you up for
Hi,
failure.
Phil. Why don't you come on in here, Dr. Phil?
Dude,
He always does this, dude, all the
he's-
time.
if you guys come on this
No
show,
one-
you will be sucked by this guy.
Oh Christ! Look,
I might take you up, Dr. Phil, on that offer to go to Melbourne or wherever it was, hang out with you.
Set his heart
Why don't you
right.
come in the chat?
Questions.
He uses these guys like puppets, dude.
Huh?
The ones who hardly know anything. He just vicarious because he's too afraid to come in here. So he thinks he's going to give them enough knowledge to correct what we're saying, but he's just making them look more. He's giving them the front face, so they look like the fool, and he doesn't.
Do you think that he opens up with, "Hey, I work on satellites," and ask him about eclipses? I got your back, and then this guy asks, and then he fails, and then we just get better. We get more and more views when you people do this.
Well,
look. Well, hold on. It's all a matter of perception, okay? If you show this to a flat earther, they'll think I'm a fool. But if I uploaded this to whatever media, they call you all fools. Okay, it's not.
This is already
I'm not saying anyone. I'm not.
It's already streamed.
Okay.
The whole
whatever
thing is recorded and on YouTube.
The whole thing is a matter of perception. The whole thing is a matter of personal opinion. So I do not really know what you're.
No, it's not.
Look, man, it doesn't matter. We just want your measurements of the surface demonstrating its curving. Okay, that's all you need to bring.
There's no correct opinion. There's no. Okay,
no. Listen, brother.
You've never given me any answers.
It's not. Listen, it's not just somebody's subjective interpretation. It's the common human experience. Everybody interprets the Earth as a flat and horizontal plane. So you saying that it's not that or it can't be that is going against the common human experience, dude. We all notice this when we go everywhere on the Earth. We travel the Earth knowing this. Everybody that sees the Earth is always going to say the same thing. We do not observe a globe, dude.
Exactly what a caveman. That is caveman levels of thinking.
No, don't circle back to that fucking trash argument, Shandina.
Oh,
as we already told you.
Oh, it's perception. Your eyes literally you perceive it as flat. It's not flat.
Hey, shit in a bucket. Shit in a bucket. Shit in a bucket.
That's how it is.
Shit in a bucket. You can't just make up stuff like that.
That is your direct experience of the Earth, whether you want to sit here and deny it all day, right? You experience the Earth as a flat, motionless topographical plane.
Exactly. That's how we experience it, but it's not how it is.
Yeah, so you experience that. So what?
You can't.
What are you denying here?
Based on
the only difference, right, is after you experience that, you go, but. We actually see the sun move through the sky, not because it's moving through the sky, but because I'm falling over backwards away from it 1,000 miles per hour. Because I'm on a rotating sphere, right?
So whatever you see is the correct. Why is it that you believe that whatever you see?
No, it doesn't end the immediate experience. We go off our initial experience, what our senses tell us, and then by them assumptions, we go and verify, right? Well, the Earth sure does seem like a motionless topographical plane by my immediate senses, my immediate experience of it. Let's go and verify if that's true.
But you have to confirm.
Let's go measure the surface and see if it is actually flat. I mean, it would be fucking retarded to just take your immediate experience and stop there.
Explain how for thousands of years.
What don't you understand about that?
Can I please ask?
It's not been perceived as a globe for thousands of years. There was probably a few eccentric people throughout history that proposed the idea of a globe, right? And they were a tiny little minority with their little philosophical ideas and interpretations of things. The majority
for the
of people,
celestial sphere.
Okay.
Yeah, remember that conversation? That's how.
Strong word.
He doesn't remember that, does he, Fab?
Is that?
That's gone.
What, Bright? You cut off. Oh, God, he cut off. I don't know. What conference? Okay,
All
so
right.
listen.
Well, anyway,
what I
hey,
have to
listen.
say
Anyway,
is,
hey, listen. Welcome to Flat Earth. You're a flat earther now.
May I ask that you
Stay
change
down.
your
Definitely
name
not a
from
fault.
shit in a
Yeah,
bucket?
you can. What?
Shadina,
Now
you're
that
in
you're
here.
a flat
You're in
earther,
here with the burden of proof, right? You have a positive claim the Earth is a rotating sphere. You need to bring empirical demonstration of that.
yeah, and I just wanted to say, since AV invited
You want
you to Flat
demonstration?
Earth, okay.
Do you
Look,
understand that,
I'm
Shadina?
not
Right?
here. Look, I know.
You need to verify your claims to us.
I don't really have to link or send anything. You can literally open you can open 6th grade, 5th grade books and you will see exactly what
No, you
this
can't.
is, in my
Post a
opinion.
book. I've asked
So
for
I
these
know.
books before. Nobody's been able to
Hold
find
on,
a title
hold
for
on.
me.
Yeah, okay, watch like any documentary on space.
Things in books and
Then
things on screens don't prove anything in reality.
okay, so what, your laser tests, your measurements, these are
Yeah.
laser tests. So
Yeah, you can measure with
I don't know.
lasers. Shocker.
What if your laser test is somehow incorrect? Let's just
Well, we invite
stick to that.
criticism.
It's not incorrect. Don't worry about it, because everybody can repeat it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again.
The criticism should come.
Every time it's the same.
Hold on, sir. Hold on. You can't criticize anything until you actually review it. You got to review it first. When you're talking right now, like you're trying to review something that you haven't even seen, so you have to go look at it first and then come back and critique it in any way you like. But we invite people to critique it, but you got to look at it first. You can't be making judgments right now if you haven't seen it. So go look at it first and then come back with your critique.
So you're saying that if I look at it in real life, I might change my view? Is that what you're saying?
Well,
Stop.
we invite you
Listen.
to do that.
Yeah, just stop
we
being.
tell you, don't believe us. Go out and do your own tests.
Yeah.
You won't
your
have a
own
choice but to accept it. Otherwise, you'll go into a mental hospital.
So what about the people that see it and easily debunk it?
Nope, you're wrong.
Nobody has debunked it.
Like,
Dude. Stop worrying about other people. So hold on. Stop worrying about other people. Dude, stop worrying about other people and just go do it. You're so concerned about what everybody thinks. Just go and look at it for yourself. What about this person? What about that person? Who cares? Go do it yourself.
Okay. But okay, that's a fair argument. I would have to say that is a very fair argument. But unfortunately, I do not live in a place where I can do that by myself. So I don't know what you're saying here. I don't know. Can I do it in my house? I don't know what. No, I don't know. Look, it's been a very good conversation, but I would have to say that
you
all
don't even know
answers. No.
how you would attempt to falsify the globe.
All right. Look. So far, what I've noticed is none of you have answers. Okay, that's the biggest issue. Man. None of you have answers. Like
I answered every
can't define
question
it,
you
can't
asked.
define it. Gravity. Okay, you know what?
Listen, for
Forget
explanations,
science,
we
okay?
can give you explanations. Listen, we can give you explanations.
Okay.
But our explanations without evidence are just as bad as yours without evidence. So what we're giving you is honesty about what we can say for sure and what we can't, which you can't say the same for the globe.
So, listen.
Yeah, I mean, you want an explanation for like the eclipse phenomenon? We'll just say it's like a big group of fairies, drag a massive black tarp over the moon, and that explains it. There you go.
You say have
That's
theory,
as scientifically valid as your explanation.
How is scientifically valid? That is literally not scientifically valid at all.
Yeah, well, when we measure the Earth flat, we know your explanation is wrong, which actually puts magical fairies at a higher probability.